What is up, Smite fans? It is Trelli and PolarBearMike, the support for the Jade Dragons, joined here. This time, I'm going to make a ranked tier list for supports. We've done pretty much every role except for supports now. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be here.
All right, well, we're going to start with Aries because that's the list we've put here. I've pretty much listed a bunch of support characters that we've seen not only in the SPL but in ranked play, and then Mike added a few of his own that he said might bring some flavor to your matches, so we'll see when we get to those. But we're going to start with Aries. Mike, talk to me about Aries.
Aries in ranked is quite potent. You build like one defense item and like full damage. That's what you really want. I'm thinking Aries is A tier here.
Okay.
He's nice in ranked.
Okay, so is Aries more of a counter pick, or you think you can pick him into anything?
No, you're definitely counter picking with Aries. If you're bottom 2 in a draft, you're going to be one look for him. If your top pick, might be a little rough.
Okay, we've seen a bit of Atlas in the SPL. Do you think this is a character that can carry your ranked games?
He doesn't do enough damage in ranked, but he's still okay. I'm thinking B tier on Atlas here.
What if you have like a hard carry you're queued with, and you know you can?
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, so
especially a mid laner,
gotcha.
You're looking for that.
So this is more so matchup oriented, but Atlas, a little middle of the pack right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Athena, not something we see too much, but a lot of setup potential. What are you thinking here?
Okay, if you are like diamond and below, Athena's S tier. If you're like masters and up, Athena is like C tier.
Okay, so
we're gonna put her in B. We'll find a happy medium here.
All right. So the taunt's a big engage, but you can mess up with her ult. Is that what makes her so difficult to execute?
I think people struggle playing against her taunt at like lower levels, but I think at higher levels she doesn't do like much damage, and it's basically snowball off map player. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, Bacchus, this is a pick we see quite a lot. All right. I don't even want to question it.
Move him up. Yep.
Yeah. Early pressure, level 2 wave kill. You get frenzy. You get
some damage. Build some damage on him. You're feeling nice.
There you go. All right. Well, I love that. Cabrakan, though, we see him in the jungle a bit, in the solo a bit. Not too much support. What are your thoughts?
I'm putting Cabrakan's the same deal with Aries as me. Good counter pick, can be A tier. We're really looking for damage on this tier list. The more damage you do, the more we're putting you up there.
I love that. All right. So what are we thinking? A?
Yeah, I think A.
So Aries and Cabrakan sort of at the same. Cerberus, though, this is more of a solo laner, but a lot of people have ran him in the support role. And he does have some good damage.
We throw that big guy in A.
Okay, because he's got damage.
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
you get it.
I think I'm starting to understand this. Now I've talked a little bit about the set support. People are running it. It's not my favorite, but it's got a lot of CC.
You're gonna love this broken S tier.
Okay, I figured.
S-tier.
Do you build her hybrid though?
Sometimes you can, yeah, if you get ahead. But that's the reason she's up there. You can build her some damage if you want. If you just need to be really tanky, you can go like Thebes into Lonos. You're never being killed. You just put shields on everybody. It's nice. Okay,
but do you think you lose a little bit of value in circle protection without damage?
No, I think the damage mitigation is the best part. It's like 35% if you just stand in it.
There you go. So, heard it here first. Yeah. All right, Ganesha. This guy has some damage, but not too much.
D-tier.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm a Ganesha hater. We'll move him to C. We'll put him to C. That's fine. Yeah, he's not very good in my opinion.
Just because you got the Dharmic Pillars, but after that your cooldowns are pretty long.
Look, here's the strategy. Okay, we're trying to carry these rank games. If I can't get the gold from the kill, I'm not able to carry C tier.
You already explained enough to me. I understand completely now. So what about Geb though?
I think Geb is also C. Unfortunately, he's really annoying for people. Maybe he's B. He's B. Yeah, he's a little bit better than Ganesha.
So he doesn't have as much. He's got a little bit more damage, I would say, and then the shield that doesn't do any damage. So that's why.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, it's a little tough. You're following along great.
Okay. Fafnir though, that's a big damage. That's a big damage.
That's S tier. Okay. He's nice with the obelisk as well. You steal their obelisk, get the scepter, run around. That's good.
Once you get that shocky boy, you can.
Do we have Serket down here? Okay.
I did have Serket. Yeah, I made sure to get that one. But what about Fafnir though? That's some solid damage, I would say.
I think Fafnir's in C, unfortunately, and it's
really?
Yeah, you would be surprised by that. And it's because your teammates don't know how to do objectives, and so there's only so much help you can do with it.
So like when you have the double ADC comp and you can like buff them with the coerce.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's move him up to B, because I think the next god is going C, and he's a little bit better than that.
Okay. Well, the next god's Xing 10, and you're already telling me he's going to go C.
Yeah.
Not too much damage, a lot of setup.
Horrible pressure.
That's true. It's lane clear early, not the best.
Yeah, horrible pressure.
All right, so we're going to put him down C with Ganesh. But what about Ymir, though? Ymir's got damage. You can't tell me he does
this whole A tier is all like counter pick stuff, so we're putting Ymir in there. That's good.
Okay, if you can get benefit out of the wall, you can look for some early pressure in lane, that sort of thing. That's where we're going for the A tier. Okay.
I think for the
this is Umoja forever.
For the average person in your rank games, I'm keeping Umoja at like C tier, maybe even D for the average person.
Okay,
But if you're like Masters, Grandmasters, we can start moving her up here. I think for the sake of the tier list, we'll keep her in C.
Okay, so you're saying if you just pick her up, you're not the greatest support you're trying to learn. She's pretty hard to use.
Yeah,
but once you get your bearings,
yeah, I would not learn Yamoja. Like, if you're trying to learn the game, Yamoja's a tough call.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but once you get your bearings under you, maybe she can climb her way up. All right, I understand. What about Sylvanas, though?
Broken. S tier. S tier, broken and ranked.
If you're hitting the poles, or what?
Okay, actually, we'll move him to A because he can die kind of easily.
I was going to say, because he's got decent clear.
He's got really good lane pressure. He's you can build some damage on him.
Right.
Is nice. He's healing. Healing and ranked is OP.
True.
So yeah, I think he's solid.
Okay, so we're going to leave him in A there. Understandable.
Broken S tier.
Gilgamesh, I did not add. This is a Mike ad for sure. And you're saying he goes into broken S tier.
Broken S tier. Okay, you play Gilgamesh.
Right.
You build Horrific Emblem.
Okay.
You upgrade it. You get a Rune Forged Hammer in your build somewhere, and you just solo people. That's all you do. You go Benevolence, and you upgrade it to Animosity. You will kill everybody.
Okay, so you're saying you're building this sort of hybrid.
Yes.
You're looking to get ahead early and then just be a support. You got Thebes and then
just kill everybody.
Shred him.
Yep,
Okay.
you just solo everybody.
Simple as that. Now here's a character we haven't seen in the meta for quite some time. When was the last time we saw Terra? It's been a minute.
Yeah, end of last year she got played a good bit. I think Ankh really is making you feel bad in ranked, so that's a little bit tough. I'm thinking Terra's like a C tier as well. Actually, maybe B. She's probably a little bit easier to help your teammates with than some of these other characters. But yeah.
Yeah, the anti-heal change is not the best for her, obviously. Her ult's very telegraphed, so the Ankh is pretty easy to counter. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying there. Now here's Sobex. Sobex, very aggressive. Had some decent damage.
In ranked, I think he's an A tier. I think people really struggle to play against Sobex.
Yeah, I think you can really catch people off guard with the pluck early. They just never beads it in time. And then sort of late game, if you pluck into a carry and they just beads, you kind of just die.
Yeah, it's a boosh beads every day on that. They beads midair and just die.
All right, so we saw Rongu play Shiva.
Yeah, he's going up there with Gilgamesh. He's an S tier ranked support.
Have you played him in ranked?
I don't know if I played him in ranked, but I've definitely played him a good bit. He's fun.
His level 2 is really solid.
Yeah, it is.
His first ability, pulling people back, is kind of nuts. So you're saying you play Shiva, you get some early pressure, and then you can carry just like Gilga, or not
as well as Gilga. Okay. He's on the lower end of the S tier. He's maybe even A. We'll move him to A actually, because he doesn't have the late game animosity the same way that Gilga does.
Right.
I mean, Gilga, I'm thinking, is the cream of the crop over here.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you have auto attacks, I'm catching the vibe of like Fafnir and Gilga late game. They can do some things, but Shiva, more of a supporty style support late game. I'd say you want to heal more often than not. So okay. Now Nox, I had to add this one. Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of Nox right now. What are you thinking for Nox and ranked?
For ranked, probably like an A tier. Same thing with Sobeck. Like people just hate playing against Nox. They will just int into you for the sake of being annoyed.
Right, but do you think? Okay, this is sort of like a Yamoja argument though, right? Because not everyone's hitting every Nox combo.
Oh, okay, that's fair. We'll move her to B.
Okay.
Yeah. If your fingers are a little bit slow, we'll put her on B.
All right, so if you're not hitting every shadow login of the silence combo, you're still getting a little bit of use. Her ult's got some team fight
play. A little bit
play.
of Nox tip though. You don't have to hit the 2-1. Just root them. You know, literally just root cripple them, and you're feeling good. Your teammate can. If your teammate can't hit up a root cripple, you were destined to lose anyways. We call that an MMR correction game.
All right, there we go. So Nox solid beats here. Kepri though, not a lot of damage on this character, Mike.
Okay. Here's the thing about Kepri.
Okay, lay it on me.
Not a lot of damage.
Right.
Your teammates are going to spend more time crying why you didn't ult them.
Yep.
Than they will play in the game. This is a D tier character. This is a you enjoy pain and suffering from your teammates typing to you. Kepri's in D.
Okay, so specifically because of the fact that it's that
he's
thing
a fine god. You just don't want to.
Yeah, Kepri's great, but if you whip him out, you're gonna every ult. People are gonna praise you for the ult you do hit, but the ones you don't hit, those are the ones that
people will make the most horrible plays you've ever seen, and then be like, "Dude, why didn't you ult me?" I'm like, "I'm not ulting you for diving their Phoenix at level 2. That's I'm out."
I'm learning a lot about the struggles of like a support player in the rank too, so I appreciate this.
Yeah, you play against your own team just as much as you play against theirs.
All right, what about Horus? Horus has some solid damage early.
Up there. I'm putting Horus in A tier here. Horus would be higher if if his damage falls off really hard.
Right.
But if you could solo people late game, it would be nice.
The early pressure is pretty solid, but late game you're more of just a CC chain. Hope your carries have your back on that one. Understandable. Herc, usually I wouldn't. Because you were here, I had to add the Herc. Your Herc's built a little different.
Back in the days, Herc would be an S tier, no question about it. He dies a little easy nowadays. I'm thinking Herc's in B tier, unfortunately.
That hurts.
Yeah, it does. It's pour one out for him.
So you're not carrying any ranked games with Herc right now. Well, maybe you are, but not everyone else.
Yeah, he just dies so easily. Like mages just get like 5 levels ahead of you and just press their ult, and then you're dead.
Okay, understandable. Now, so Ket, You did ask about this one a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I've decided that Serket damage is just horrible, so she's in B tier. She just falls off too quickly compared to something like Fafnir. She is really good early game, and if you can get the first Scepter and the Obelisk, you can kind of run around and solo their jungle.
Right.
But she falls off pretty quick.
I like to think of these characters as pretty similar, but you're saying Fenrir just with his 2 specifically, you're saying his damage is a lot better?
His scaling's just way better. His Brutalize does more damage than basically Serket's entire kit. And I think he's better with like an Animosity late game if you can go Benevolence first. So yeah.
All right, there we go. Now Aphrodite, another character that I didn't really want to put here, but I knew you were coming, so I had to add it.
You know, at first I was thinking Afro's OP in ranked. I'm putting that in D tier with Khepri. I do love Afro, but you need players who can play with you. If you're queuing with like a jungler, Afro goes maybe even up to S.
Okay,
if you link your jungle the whole game, she's OP.
So you queue the hyper carry, you kiss them all game, just buff them solidly. She moves up to here. But if you're saying you solo queue, you hop in and you pick Afro.
Yeah, that's D.
This is more of the result we're expecting. Okay, understandable. And again, this is another one that usually I wouldn't have to add, but you were coming, so I added the Baron Samedi. What are you thinking here?
Well, Baron is OP. However, you know, you got to have gifted hands to make him work. We'll put him in B. I'd say, you know, if you're truly a Baron main, he can bump up here probably to A, maybe a little higher depending on their comp. But Baron's just like, he's a mage that his damage is better than Nox or Iset. He scales a lot better in that way, but he's not as tanky, so just kind of a trade-off there.
Okay, so you have to play a little bit safer for more reward. Okay, I understand. Kuzenbo, though, haven't seen this in a while.
So Kuzenbo is the opposite of the things like Khepri and Geb, where your teammates are normally crying at you. If you play Kuzenbo, their teammates are crying at their support. So Kuzenbo's moving up to like an A here, I think. You build Flat Pen on him, get a Thebes into Divine Ruin, go run at their carries, you know, build Thorns, Blink, just kill them.
And then they just, you know, scream. Say, someone peel this Kuzenbo, and you can't.
The thing to remember as Kuzenbo is you don't care if you die. You want as many deaths and as much damage as possible. And I really mean that.
All right, well, if anyone in your ranked games blames on you for dying for playing Kuzenbo, just link them back to this. All right, what about Kumbhakarna? Pretty sleeper
we'll leave
character.
Him right there.
Okay, we'll leave. Well, I'm going to put him here for now, and then once these characters move, we can drag them back down, just so we understand where we placed them. Kumba, not a big fan of the Kumba.
Trash character.
Okay, just really a setup bot. If you have some carries on your team, maybe, but...
Actually, Kumba can stay in D for the sake of if you are in a queue with like an Arachne main or a Baka main, you pick Kumba, you build full anti-auto attack, go like Shell, Horrific, Witchblade, whatever you can think of, and you just save your mez for that Baka or Arachne every fight. That's all you do.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes when you get like a Blink Kali, they blink in, you just mez.
Yeah, it's great in the auto speed queues, you know. He's a big Arachne main, just pick Kumba into him.
All right. I added Odin here. I haven't seen too much Odin, but I figured there has to be some form where Odin can fit
I think
in
he's
that,
like C tier, like kind of the same as these other supports. Like they can be good if you main it or if the comp's really good, but generally he's just okay.
Yeah, I think Odin's more so just the counter pick. He used to be pretty strong into anything, but right now you're saying he sort of fell out of favor.
The issue with him in support is that he really scales off of having levels, like when you get the cooldown on his abilities down. But because you don't get that much like experience, you don't get that much farm, it's hard to get his abilities to, you know, be the obnoxious like full CDR permanent shield Odin. You don't really get to that point in support, so it's a little tough.
Just the support curse. All right, I understand. Now, Ardio, this is one you added here.
Yeah, I am a big Ardio fan. I think she kind of has the same issues of Herc, very similar, like really high pressure, really good damage early game. She's super good with like the Obelisk early. I'd put her in B tier. You can definitely snowball games with her, but she can be a little tough in team fights. Carries just tend to get to a point where they one-shot you.
Yeah, I imagine her early pressure is pretty solid. I mean, she just has like twice the abilities of anyone in lane, but then as you said, it's sort of just that Herc curse where you sort of fall off when the carries are 5 levels ahead of you. So understandable there. Amaterasu.
Ama's going to go in A here, very similar to Fafnir. Her lane pressure isn't as good as some of the other physicals, but you get Benevolence, you're definitely going Animosity on Ama. You have the option to split push, solo objectives, do whatever you want. She's really good with a bunch of the meta items. Shogun's is OP on her. And yeah, you can just build kind of hybrid. CAD Shield is also really nice on her. So she's really good with a lot of the items, really good with relics. You go Bracer and Frenzy. You just one-shot objectives with your team. To me, she's like the Fafnir, but better in ranked because you're helping your team do objectives, but you can actually kill people. You don't need help.
So you bring that objective, burn that Fafnir burns, but also you could just like catch a carry out in the jungle and solo them, which Fafnir unfortunately not always can pull off. So all right, understandable. And of course, This one you added here. I'm assuming you have something to say, so I'm just going to leave you the floor.
Hades is actually going to stay here right at home, but this is an honorable mention to Hades. Well, it's for the symmetry of the tier list.
I was going to say, you brought Hades in.
Well, listen, here's what I wanted to mention about Hades,
Please,
okay?
say it.
Hades is a fantastic engager late game. You go Thebes and Lonos on Hades, you cannot die, and upgraded horrific. If you blink in with that in a team fight, you blink, you 2, right? And then you ult everybody, it lowers the cooldown on your 2, and you 2 again. They just can't do damage to you.
That sounds good.
It's really good. The problem is you don't do damage to them. So you really need your teammates to help you out. His engage is really, really sick. But you need a lot of things going good for you. If you're in a queue with a bunch of players that you trust, Hades looks good here.
Mike, I gotta be honest, you hyped him up a lot for E tier.
Oh no, he's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you were like, I gotta add Hades into this list. He's gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
I was waiting until we got to the end. You talked about all these great things about how good he is, and then you leave him at E.
Well, here's the thing. Any of these characters you can carry a rank game with.
You're telling me that he doesn't do more damage than Kumba?
No, not if you go Lonos, no. Dude, Kumba's damage is nice.
Then why is he in D?
Because he's trash.
Okay, there we go. All right, so do you see anything here you want to change? We have the final list here.
I'm checking characters over here really quick. Let's move Achilles over here.
Okay.
I'm going to toss him. Achilles is a B tier character. The main reason is I can't move him.
Yeah, he's there. We understand.
One of the main reasons is that you can execute people. That's nice if people are playing Kepri on the other team or something like Cthulhu that your carries are struggling with.
Okay.
Achilles is looking real nice for you. And then other than that, I think I'm liking the list. The chart has nice symmetry here.
That's true.
If the Achilles was actually sitting right there.
Right. I do like the V curve here. I think you did very well. So once again, as I say with all these tier lists, I'm giving Mike my 100% seal of approval. After this, you can screenshot this, and if you have anything wrong, let us know. We'll tell you why you're wrong. Thank you guys so much. We got something real special for you, so tune in.
Hey, wait, what did it win?
You win the respect.
You're telling me an alien wore this?
Perfect. Okay,
that was a good cut.
Messaging him to mute.
The best graphics you really need, Ultra, of course, and I can probably watch a stream on the side.
Content's gonna look good.
pretty good.